Hi guys, my name is Anton Voroniuk and I'm happy to see you in our GenAI Revolution podcast. Today my guest is Dmytro Kudrenko. Dmytro is Chief Executive Officer and co-owner of Stripo. Hi Dmytro.
Hi.
Dmytro, I just want to give some facts to our audience to understand that you are a really cool guy and know something about AI, email marketing. So Dmytro is 15 years in marketing and email marketing fields, 25 years as entrepreneur. His SaaS business, Stripo, has over 5 million IRR. And if we talk about the clients, it's over 1 million of clients around the globe. If we talk about the main stuff you know about their clients, 65% of Fortune 100 are the clients of Stripo. So Dmytro is not just email marketing enthusiast, but the guy who is implementing AI in his tools, in the strategies of his clients, and that's not it. Dmytro, you told that I never talk good words about you. It's not true, so you see it. And what can you tell our audience about AI challenges in email marketing?
The one thing I want to highlight that generative AI, and today we're speaking mostly about the generative AI, is for generating content.
Okay.
And email is a content. So they fit very good.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing, if you would speak with an expert, how they feel AI can help them, you always can hear that it's just sometimes time server. It never is a solution.
Okay.
It's never will replace email marketer. And I see the evolution in their understanding about the role of generative AI. They said, okay, generative AI is a great stuff, but they will never replace experts. They would never replace email marketer.
You believe that if we talk about the regular position, AI can be like junior email marketing, you don't believe it can be a senior email marketer?
I believe that it can be,
okay.
But it's not where it is at the moment. The next step on the evolution of understanding of get a generative AI as a partner in their work is that when they said generative AI plus expert is better than for experts.
Okay.
It's already a step forward.
Mm-hmm.
And now I can read that it really works and it helps. But I just returned from a conference. It was Email Innovation Summit in the US. And most of the experts share the idea that we can take generative AI as a junior. Okay. Junior copywriter, junior coder, junior somebody. But you cannot rely on junior on your regular work. Sometimes you can give him some task. And I believe that we can educate him from junior into a trusted partner.
Okay.
And there are some steps to do this. Another way, can we hire thousands of juniors to delegate them some work you just cannot do yourself because if you don't have enough time. If you can do this, it's again the opportunity to use generative AI.
Sure. If you talk about your service Stripo, you started using generative AI for it. What was the main reason? What opportunity you see for Stripo to use generative AI?
Generative AI is a tool.
Yeah.
And Stripo is a tool.
Yeah.
There is no opportunity just to use one tool and another tool. The biggest thing that worries me is the problem we're trying to solve.
Mm-hmm.
And we created a Stripo in a way and not only Stripo, to be honest, it's not a secret. We know each other more than 10 years.
Yeah.
Maybe. And 10 years ago, we did organize a conference about email marketing as well. And all this time, I hate one thing, when developers do marketing and marketers do development. Mm-hmm. Because of developers is a very, very, very bad marketers. Because I'm a developer, I know exactly what I'm saying.
But you're a good marketer at the same time.
People think so. And from other side, I see that marketers is really bad developers. And especially in email channel, when they develop email, especially it's with personalization, with some recommendation email, they always have to write a code. But marketers not created to write a code. So my call in this world of doing my products is to change this, to return marketing to marketers. And generative AI helps here. Mm-hmm. It just can replace any routine work.
For example?
For example, when you write a code, you do like for personalization email, you can teach
Sure.
generative AI how to do this.
Okay.
But important thing, you cannot delegate everything to generative AI at the moment. It cannot do, for example, branding. You cannot delegate branding stuff to AI because of when you are a big company, the branding is vital important. The wording is vital important as well. Can you trust to the AI in the stage where it is at the moment? Usually not. And you cannot trust to write a code in email, to be honest, because of writing a code, I mean HTML, the structures that have to look very good in Outlook and Gmail and Apple. Usually not, because there are so many undocumented tricks which you have to test a lot. So you cannot delegate this. But you can easily delegate to write a line of a code under your control. To be honest, I know the questions you wanted to ask me, and I want to say that thinking about using AI for creating email, you have to understand there are so many tasks you have to care about. And I split them by complexity. The first is a simple thing, like one line of
Let's
text.
go from the more simple things to more complex.
Yeah, I will try to do this. But a single line of a text, which is subject line or pre-header, or just header somewhere. It's so easy. You can say, generate me subject line for this topic, for this audience.
Okay.
And it can do this. But how you can control, is it good or not? Usually you have to set the right direction for him. For example, use former rule or any principle of persuasion about Cialdini or something. And you know why it can do this. And sometimes, especially when he knows the statistic from your previous emails and know what works better for your audience and characteristics of your audience and personas, it can provide you several variants. You can control them. It's a single line of a text. The next step, when it generates like a paragraph of a text, when there is some formatting stuff.
Okay.
When the next step is like a content module, when you have like a blog post announcement. You have a picture, you have a title, you have a description, you have a button and call to action text in the button. And it's something you keep everything together. They have to be consistent across whole content model. The next thing when you generate whole email, and the next thing when you generate whole email campaign that usually have several emails. And going from the very first, generating text, which is easy. But how to control it, and is it possible to generate whole email campaign? It's a challenge I'm trying to resolve at the moment. And
Dmytro, you're totally right. It's about the right prompts. What are your favorite prompts? What maybe patterns, prompts you can share with our audience that you use on a regular basis communicating with GenAI?
The most popular prompt I use is check my English or do it for free.
Okay.
So it's so easy. And how I did, if we will return back to the generation of email, how I found out the best prompts that I have to code into the platform.
Okay.
What I found that before you start to delegate any task to your developers and say, okay, I have an idea, just implement it. And as I told, developers not very good marketers. They will just write a code that will send the request into ChatGPT, OpenAI, receive the answer and put it as a result.
Sure.
But it just function, and you need the result that works for your customers. And what I did, the first, I started to use different requests for different needs in just normal ChatGPT, nothing about technology. Then I understood that I have to take some context every time. So I need to connect it by API to my statistic of my previous campaign, for example.
Okay.
And I wrote the connectors and use it the my GPTs that have a context about my company, about my person, about the
So you have
data.
educated my GPTs that you use in this case, yeah?
And not only educate, but also connect to the API where it can get the data in real time.
Okay.
It's very easy. You just declare API and it sends the API request, gets the result, interpret it, and use it.
It's easy for you as developer, but our audience, maybe it's not so easy.
When you think that I'm a developer, remember that I do not write a code more than 10 years. And with, again, AI, I just used
you can ask ChatGPT to write the right code.
I used Replit, used Python, and used Copilot or something that helped me to write the code. I understand code, but I cannot write because I don't know libraries, I don't remember syntax, but it wrote the code for me faster than I think. Sometimes when I'm just thinking and wait some time, it suggests me how to continue to write my code better than me. So I used like a playground to test faster because with all this ChatGPT restriction and waiting. Now it's much better with ChatGPT 4.0. And previous, I have to wait the result, and sometimes it went to timeout, and it spent a lot of time, annoying time. I just decided to stop this work because of it was so bad.
Especially if it's interrupted,
Yes, and when you change the focus on your screen and return back and it just stopped and you understood that you have to redo everything you did before. So the next step I did, I used Playground. Playground works much better because of you pay for each API, but it cannot connect to third parties like GPT.
Can you share for our audience what is Playground?
You can write the request using API model. So it's for developers, the same chat, but for developers. I understood that Playground works very bad because of it cannot connect it. And the next step, I just using Replit. Replit is like SaaS solution where you can configure your development environment. And I wrote the code in a Python that sends a request to ChatGPT, returns the result, and I wrote like a small script that sent 10 requests, for example. And I don't need to wait every time writing the message, enter, wait the result, and another message. I just automated the process, how I send messages. And it saved me a lot of time because of I wrote several scripts, several sequences of messages, test them, and the testing was much, much, much faster. And when I did this, I connected different models for different needs. For example, if I would like create some banner in email, first I did the reference. What you see here has a description of a banner. And then I say, okay, generate this banner using my...
You're given the reference, and it's like the educated AI.
Yeah, and for some, I used the GPT Vision, and for other, and now they combined everything in one model. So it's not... and sometimes I used Midjourney API, or for some other things, I send the request to the Stripo to get the templates I already have. It helped me to do simulation like MVP. It's not even MVP, it's like a proof of concept that it works. And then I just shared it with my developers, and they started to implement it, put the AI. And one thing that helps me a lot is one word, it's a vocabulary. I set the language I communicate with AI. And I said, okay, please answer me only in JSON structure. Developers have, not developers, any technical, you know what is JSON. Yeah, it's just some structure in very easy way to read. I said that, okay, please communicate me only with JSON. And please, you have a JSON for email brief. You have a JSON for a campaign. You have example of JSON for data asset you use for email creation. You have a JSON that describes the module and the parameters. And I defined the examples. When I have a vocabulary, I start to speak with him in the same language, and he understands me very quickly. I don't need to describe anything. And I started to get very unexpected results from him because of I can provide the image of whole email and say, okay, please prepare me the brief based on this email. He understands what is a brief. He understands the brief consists of the modules, and each modules, they know the type of modules that can be done. And it does me a very good description, which helps me to generate new email using the same vocabulary. And again, what I learned first, we have to split tasks into different small tasks. Because of ChatGPT and any model cannot solve the big problems. But they're very good in the small problems. If you can divide and conquer, so divide in the tiny parts, and each part you send the request.
Yeah, it's about the composition.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as I did for personas. To generate the good email, first you have to provide the good data about your persona. Who is your recipient?
We are moving from programming stuff to marketing
again
stuff.
to programming stuff.
Yeah.
They mix it.
Yeah.
And my idea
in your case, yeah, they mix it, yeah.
To write a tool where they can use it without deep dive into development and using only marketing stuff. So personas is a marketing. The persona is represented in different way. One of the way empathy map, if you know what is empathy map, or value proposition canvas. Yep. So there are a lot of frameworks. And they ask it, okay, it is my business. And it's these competitors of my business. Sure. Please, can you provide what kind of personas usually I can have? And they provide me 5 personas. I see some good, some not. I do some correction. And then I said, okay, please write me empathy map for this persona. And he writes something very high level. It looks like it's empathy map, but it's not real. I cannot trust it. And
but if you give the right template?
It's a framework. They have a template. Template doesn't help because the template is not very important. Samples. What is important? Important is like a data, what is inside this. So what I did, I created like agent that represents this persona. I said, okay, you are, I don't know, e-commerce, small e-commerce in a company, describe where he works based on his previous description. And then I create another agent who is a project manager and say, okay, do an interview with him. And they do an interview asking the question.
Cool.
And they provide me the script. I see the result. I cannot trust some answers. Or I can also upload my interview I did with the real customer. So they can feel the persona, they do interview. And based on this interview, I say, okay, you have the answers based on the framework for empathy map. Okay, please draw me how empathy map would look like. And it generates me something. I understand why it is a pain. And when I see it, I can put it into context of my email. And it writes email for the real person I can control. Not just virtual person he think about. I can say, okay, I don't like it. I don't like the answers because if it's not, you think it is answer, but my customer would answer in a different way. And I change his answer. So I put him into different context. And context, it's not only your company information, your persona information, it's also about I don't know, if you're doing event, what kind of event? What is the last marketing?
Webinar, online conference.
Webinar conference. So you know the place, you know the speaker, you have to have information about the speaker. Data. Yes, it's and the data about the previous announcement you did. And you know which blog performs better and so on.
Hey there, it's Anton Voroniuk from GenAI Revolution. Want to supercharge your marketing with AI? Don't miss our game-changing social media AI course. It's designed to take your social media strategies to the next level. But that's not all. We've got a whole range of cutting-edge courses at SkillsBooster Academy, from AI copywriting to data analysis. We've got you covered. Check out the links in the description and invest in your future today. Trust me, you will not regret. You showed the right examples, both of using for programming, for marketing, that it's connected. If you talk about the AI toolkit you use on a regular basis, what are the tools except ChatGPT, Midjourney, and other like average use tools on the market?
Most of them I use ChatGPT, and I don't know, if I do coding, I'm using Copilot or some plugin in Replit. When I use, I use it for any task in my life. I know, for planning my day sometime because of, or even I use it now even when I go to some historical place. When I'm driving, I speaking with it, just thinking, okay, please tell me about this place and why it's so. And I heard this fact. What do you think about it? And during the way, I already have a Git that not just prepared. Yes, it's even better than Git because of he doesn't speak with me with a lot of, I don't know. I never say him thank you. He never
pay it. Oh no, $20.
Yeah, I say okay, I will pay you because if I know that it's a trick. To be honest, I didn't see any result. Everybody shares that it works much better when you cheat on it. I'm not, but I like to say thank you to people because of maybe our listeners will think, okay, it's a rude person. He never says he don't like. I like, but it saves the time.
Sure.
I don't need to be polite with it. I can interrupt it anytime. I say, okay, please stop it. Just say me answer for a question I asked.
So ChatGPT, any other tools like in top 3, top 5 you love and want to recommend to our audience?
To be honest, I wouldn't recommend others. So any task,
ChatGPT,
any specific task.
Stripo that is.
No. Okay. Stripo. There are so many solutions that have AI inside. And what I don't like to compare different models in this moment of time. Okay. I'm sure that if today we compare Gemini, by the way, I don't know where is the camera. I have a Gemini socks at the moment. It's not because of
product placement.
Yeah.
You need a Stripo t-shirt, Gemini socks, maybe ChatGPT.
Yeah, and I asked them, by the way, Gemini, were you better than ChatGPT? We are the same. Yeah. We are the same, and maybe today we better, but we have medical tasks. And I think they mentioned another industry where they better. But I forgot what's happened to my memory. But okay.
On their website, they have survey where they show that they are like 3% better in this, 5%.
3% better, please stop. Again, when you cannot ask the right question, this 3% means nothing. And this 3% today, but what number you will have tomorrow?
Yeah.
So there's so many tools, so many new tools every day. So it's why I cannot say that Gemini is better than ChatGPT. No, I use a lot of different models for different needs, a lot of tools, but at the moment, every tool, I don't know, do you use Notion? And Notion is important not because of there is AI inside. AI just helps.
Sure.
Helps to all products. And I don't know any products that don't use AI at the moment. So please, be focused. I'm a developer. I'm
not
from
what to use, but how.
One second, not. I would like to share with you one value of Agile manifesto. Do you remember Agile? Now it was very important to like something new 15 years ago, 20 years ago. But there are 4 values. And one of them is individuals and interactions over processes and tools. So you can, I don't know, play on a violin with one string, like Paganini did, yeah?
Sure.
But if you would give violin to me, it would be terrible result, yeah?
But you need to try.
The tool is okay. Even if I will have the lessons for 1 year, it would be terrible. I know that I'm trying to play on guitar. It's always terrible. So tool is not so important. I don't want to recommend tools because of today, one tools are tomorrow other tools. Just think what you can improve with AI, but don't trust in AI. You have to control it. You have to use it in any place to automate your routine. Think, where is your routine?
Where is your routine? Can you give the best samples of using AI in your routine?
I will say,
and maybe share some metrics that shows that it really worked.
I will say how I try to remove routine from my customers, because of it's just something I think in every day. A lot of time on the not important stuff like coding, like formatting, like designing, then approval process, then testing. I want them to think about message. And all kinds of this routine when you need to do like a drag and drop stuff, then send it for verification into some services like email Acid and Litmus, then send to your boss, then to, I don't know. And sometimes it takes week to create one email. And what can remove this routine work? First, creating a subject line, yeah, just idea. Sure. You have an idea. What you usually do when I'm owner, ask the copywriter, please provide me different variants. He trying to do brainstorming for it. Send you several variants. You choose one. Why you choose? Nobody knows. Then he prepare. Okay, and all this process, generative AI can solve it very easily. He can provide, he can do a metrics why you think it's better or not. And when you send the campaign, it can compare results and you can learn together with him. And the next time reuse this new knowledge. Removing routine work, it just check where you spend your most time. And it is an example. If you would say for me, I found that when, for example, I write an article in my blog, it's so hard for me to find the right, I don't know where to start, because of I have a principle. Every publications our blog have to have valuable information, something new, nobody said, and how to structure this, how to do systematization of the knowledge I know. And I like to speak with a clever guy like a ChatGPT. I'm working for more than 10 years in email marketing. I sell it Shuhari. It's started from martial arts. Okay. 3 levels of understanding data. Level Shu is follow the rules. Level Ha, like break the rules. When you know that something works, but you have an experience, know that it doesn't work for you. And the next level Re is the build the rule. Be a rule, create something new. And it's very good fit into email marketing when you put also the data here. So what kind of data you use for personalization in your campaigns. So 3 levels. First level, you have to do best practices. And what I found that in email marketing, so most money you have when you just implement best practices. You don't need to go far trying to do experiments. And blah, blah, blah. So it's a big concept. I have it how to hire a person, how to do analysis, how to implement your strategy. So big concept. And I spoke with ChatGPT, asked it, okay, do you know what is Shuhari? Yes, I know it's from Aikido. Yes. Okay. Do you know what is email marketing principles? Yes, I know. Can you adopt Shuhari to email marketing? Yes, I can do. And he said, okay, it's good, but could you also add this? And I see that he even described the idea I worked about 10 years better than I do. I go, okay, it's good. It's good.
Maybe it searched in Bing and used your idea.
Maybe it doesn't matter. What's important that it very easily, it's very open to combine things from different directions. He cannot do it without your prompt. But when you suggest it, he generates a lot of idea that usually you cannot go very fast.
So your best love is summarizing. You are getting summarizing,
not summarizing, just I would say like brainstorming strange things. And I always doing strange things. And ChatGPT is my good friend here.
Strange things giving you new hypothesis, new business growth.
But it's better to validate it with the people than as a result. But start with ChatGPT because of he never sleeps. He never tired. He always ready to speak to you. He says that he love you. So
you have your own my GPT which says Dima, I love you. Yeah, no,
not yet, but it's a good idea.
But it's a good idea to start. Dmytro, let's move to the next step. We talked that you are heavily implementing AI in your tool in Stripo. What results did you get without the AI, with AI? Can you share some metrics?
So we have to understand that AI cannot be responsible for performance metrics, like open rate is improved on 20%, maybe, because we have a lot of cases like this. But you have to know the value of these cases. We did thousands of experiments, and we have good one, and we publish it.
Okay.
But who publish all fails?
So we'll talk about the fails and fuck-ups a little bit later.
It cannot generate you always the good variant you can trust. It's why nobody trusts, in the professional world, nobody trusts AI to write the whole email communication.
Okay.
But if it saves time, you have more time to do important stuff. If it remove any collaboration in your team, so when you ask professional to get an answer, like asking designer to do something, and it can do it for you immediately. So it saves a lot of time. But it saves time. You can create not one version, but 3 versions and test them. And when you understand why one performs better than others, it's because if it's not enough to understand that it works better, why? Can you repeat this result in the next email? Email is not a landing page.
Sure.
In a landing page, you can reuse it forever. It's not important to understand why. It just works better. But in email, you send it. And next time, you have to send another message again. But how you can reuse this knowledge? So again, but AI can help you here as well. It's not only for creating emails. It's only analyzing the result and give you a hypothesis why one works better than others. It's also good for preparing data. You know, for example, you have a list of first names.
Okay.
And everybody says that personalization by first name is a great trick, yeah? But who said you that you have a right first names in your database?
You need to double check it, yeah.
And you don't need, ChatGPT does it very good. He says the probability, how popular is this name, from 1 to 10, and filter everything that below 4. Or for example, sometimes somebody would put the name in Cyrillic or in
some other language, yeah.
But it can validate your data. Or in Cyrillic, there are different ways to say your name, and it can do it for you as well. And you can use this personalization. But it's example with the first name, but it can validate a lot of other things.
Yeah. You need to use a lot of parameters if you talk about the classical trigger chains. So you can use name, surname, company name, etc., etc., etc.
For data preparation. Another thing in real-time personalization, you can use GenAI, but usually it takes a lot of time. It's a lot of money as well. So, and usually it's not your responsibility. It's responsibility of the system you use for sending. You can, for example, we have in our CDP platform, which is YESPO. It's a moment of promotion.
Yeah, we will show the logo.
So we have a recommendation engine, and generative AI significantly improved it. So we integrated, so we have our model that do recommendation, but sometimes it uses OpenAI to enrich the data and to do more accurate recommendations. So we use it in any part of our business.
Now let's go in deep. Can you elaborate on how GenAI has involved in the process of real-time content creation? You mentioned it on a Stripo blog and one of your last articles. Can you give more details?
But it's not real-time personalization, you know. As I told, you can use it for real-time. It means you have millions of contacts.
Okay.
Yeah? I have an example. It's not mine, from Zapier.
Okay.
When you received an email, create from me, create a task in, I don't know, in Asana, or send me a message into Slack because I'm in Slack. So if something happened, do something. And you can integrate everything with everything.
Okay.
And personalization is when you receive an email with suggestion how to improve your integration or what kind of integration you can do with this set of tools. You cannot prepare the all kind of combination of the tools, yeah? But you can ask ChatGPT, please, it uses this and this, he already has this integration, what you can suggest. And ChatGPT suggests use cases, how to help you. And how to do this without generative AI, I have no idea. It's idea how you can hire thousands of junior.
Well, one junior is writing titles, one writing pre-headers.
No. Here, I mean, if I know which tools you use in your integrations.
Okay.
Yeah? So one person can, even if it's junior, he can suggest 2 cases. But you have millions of your audience. You cannot do it for every customer, but you can hire thousands of AIs that can look to each combination of the tools. So he can suggest, especially for user case, how you can improve your efficiency connecting your platforms that it's in your environment. It's a real time, but you know, it's so many requests to ChatGPT. It takes time. it has to be moderated in some way. Maybe here is not very important stuff, but for big brands, if he suggests something bad, maybe
it's better to interrupt.
Can you trust it?
Yeah.
So returning to your question, so it's a real time. In real time, I don't use like OpenAI. I use it for, I say, in design time. When you create template, you see, you can moderate, you can change, and then send. Not for each customer, but for some particular segment. It's a generation of email. You can use generative AI for preparing your data, like in case with a first name. You can use it as an expert when you have two variants. He can predict what works better. It's not always you have to do A/B testing. Sometimes it can give you an idea and okay, yeah. Or it can validate the email you created from your persona's point of view. He can say, okay, you use some terms he would not understand, like we are in our podcast. Yeah, so we use some terms that may be not very familiar to your audience. And it can say, okay, please, it's a bad thing. You have to change this. Another way, when you put him the whole history of your communication, say, what highlight you have here? And you say, okay, when you say to this segment, you have more bounces, I mean errors from Gmail. Maybe you have to check your reputation in Gmail or doing something. He can do some very unexpected advices when you see the result of your campaigns. Generative AI is not only the way how to use it to create emails, it's also for all
the process.
Sides of the process. Where I didn't find the way how to use it very good is automatically, is how to use it in images. I can use generative AI, but under the control. It's very hard to delegate him completely automatic.
You don't like 3 fingers or hands?
No. It's okay. It's okay. It's totally fine. I mean, when you have to create the banner and this promotional banner. So sometimes it's much better to use, it's important stuff. Don't delegate to AI the task you can do without it. For example, like building a banner. You have, you know that generative AI is not very good in writing the text as an image. Yeah. Why? You can say banner, it is a placement for text. You can use a tool that would put the text in your font with and validate the text.
You can do it with Canva.
Yes, if it's manually or by API. They have very advanced API as well. So do this without AI, but use AI to create some creative stuff. I don't know, how to create, I don't know, the dog with glasses. So it's not possible in real life, but it's so easy for him. And you don't need to ask any designer.
You can try, but you will break a lot of glasses.
Maybe.
in the process of the
depending on the dog and the glasses.
Coming back to 1,000 of juniors in email marketing, how close do you think we are to the fully automated email production? Is it reality? And what are the biggest challenges still to overcome?
I think that we very close to this, but we have to understand the place of email generation in whole email automation process.
So it will be one button of generate email in Yespo or other.
Who needs generate email? Everybody needs money, yeah?
Yep.
So you need generate for something. Nobody needs email because of it's possible to send email, yeah? And email is a channel. It's a very unique, personalized, cheap, easy to analyze channel and very popular channel to deliver a message and track the result. And you send in a message because of you want to achieve some goal. And at the moment, most of the system, like email service providers, marketing automation system, or customer data platform, use the approach I call like a campaign-driven systems. When you have to, when the system follow instructions from marketer, and marketer says, please send this email, then wait 1 day, then send another email like a welcome series.
Okay.
But if you look to your welcome series, usually you can replace first email with a third email because of there is no guarantee that he will open the first email before the third email. And it's important stuff to understand that current system follows the rules. The next step I would say not campaign-driven, but goal-driven. When you say, okay, I want to improve retention. And when you can set the segment you want to interact with, and send the message you want to deliver as a message, not email, message. I want him to use his bonuses because of something.
Yeah, it's totally personalized.
I mean, message is like, I want him to buy second purchase.
Second time.
So just a message. I want you to leave a feedback. And for each contact in your database, you have like a set of messages you want to say to him. And some messages have to deliver it in one channel, another in other channels. Sometimes it have to be several touches before it works. And what is the best day to send you this message? It's all you can delegate to AI. So marketer will think about the audience, about the value he brings, and about the messages they have, and just analyze which message works better. And AI can do this very easily. So it means that next level will put marketer into much higher level of in hierarchy of marketing. At the moment, marketers do coding and spending their time in not important stuff. It's what I say routine work, because they can delegate, and they have to know everything: how to write a code, how to test, all the things, how to do round corner on a button for Outlook, because of it works for Gmail but doesn't work for Outlook.
It will be
Why?
an issue.
They have to think about it. They have to think about message. And I think it would be the next level of marketing automation system, when marketers will say not the rules what they have to do, but the high level goal, and the system can achieve it.
Can you share about Stripo AI assistant? Is that the solution that will take your hand and guide you or not?
Yeah, I would say we integrated AI in a lot of perspectives, and at the moment we created an assistant that solves, like you mentioned, webinar. Yeah.
Yep. Webinar
is very good. You asked me about the routine work. It's very good example when you do the same things. For example, we're doing webinars every week. Yep. And for each webinar, we have to send a series of promotional emails, then reminders, then post-event activities. It could be 10 emails or I don't know, 3 minimum. And for each webinar, you have to create your own series, deploy it, send, and every webinar has the same information: the place, time, speaker, topic, description, and maybe the previous sessions, and maybe frequently asked question, maybe the price. There are some optional stuff, but the same set of data. And then, okay, if we know how to use this data, we can prepare the strategy, like send the first promotions and describe the speakers and show why it's interesting for you. So the series of promotional emails, the reminders that it will be tomorrow, save your seats, and it's starting in 5 minutes. And post-promotional, it's a recording, it's our new events. So again, the same. What if we define the sequence, the logic? What if we define the structure of email? First, we will have the header, then speaker announcement blocks, and something else, and call to actions, the place, the different time zone dates. And when you have this, you can say, it's a new data, generate me the same email. And it generates all the time the same email. So our AI assistant have 4 levels. Really up to 6. First, you set up the data of your organization.
Okay.
You do it once. Then you do a prompt. I want to promote my webinar. It's a link to the landing page.
Okay.
It gets the data from a landing page. It gets all the data you need for your webinar, because of usually it's published in landing page. Then it suggests the strategy. I need 5 emails to support this webinar. It suggests the first email would be this.
Okay, registration, follow-up.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next, it suggests the structure of each email. You can confirm, or maybe you want to replace it. Then it will say, okay, you have your design models in your brand book, you already configured. you can use for visualize each each module. Yeah. The next is generate whole emails and deploy to the system used for sending. That's all. So once you provided how you usually support webinar, and then AI builds all the email every time. It's how we use it in our company. We're doing a lot of webinars and all emails. Very good looking, very different, very well structured emails generated by AI.
Sounds cool.
And now we're doing it, it's what we usually do. We do it for us and then make it public for everybody for free. So keep an eye on our announcement on Stripo and see about our progress, because of it's a webinar case. Then we add a new case like welcome series for SaaS or for e-commerce, how to do promotional stuff, how to do transactional emails like a password reminder or something, or a bonded cards. So a lot of cases.
Sounds really cool.
Hey, GenAI Revolution podcast fans, Dmytro Kudrenko here from Stripo email design platform. And we are running a contest for our subscribers. And here's the deal. Watch the episode and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment with your best question about AI in email marketing. And we will choose the best question and give the author the promo code for 6 months absolutely free usage of Stripo on medium tariff plan. We will announce the winner in the comment under this video once we have made our decision. Good luck to everyone!
Every marketer loves to share successful stories, but I've promised to ask you about fuck-ups. So what about fuck-ups? What was the biggest fuck-up with AI?
What is a fuck-up? Fuck-up is something when happened you didn't expect. I always expecting from AI some
fuck-ups.
Fuck-up, yeah, always. And I always have them, but I don't look on them like a fuck-up.
Okay, let's give some curious thing.
Okay.
May make the audience happy.
For me, it's not very funny. It's always disaster for me. I don't know how to say, because I never used AI to generate something that it will be sent to our customers. We always pre-moderate it, because I think that at the moment AI would never, it's too early for him, because there are 7 levels of delegation. And the first level, when you just do and don't say it to your partner, like AI. And then the 7th level, when you ask him to do, or even he knows what to do and he does. And something in the middle, when he asking advice or asking for confirmation or just let you know that he will do something. And at the moment, the level of delegation on different tasks is very different, but never, for me, is anonymous driving in a car. So it still have to receive confirmation from me.
You don't believe
so
Tesla
I never had the big surprises.
Okay.
Sorry, please, guys. Where is the camera? I have to say sorry to the camera.
Don't be sorry. Better share the best practices and let's try to summarize. Top 5 things.
Before this, I think I have a lot of funny stories, but we have to prepare myself for this. Share your funny story about AI that your audience never heard earlier, and I will respond mine.
In my case, it's mostly Midjourney stuff. I had 3 fingers. I have 3 legs. It's the small stuff which was firstly posted, and afterwards to get some ideas.
I see. I used generative AI to generate comics that would illustrate the idea.
Okay.
One was I type so fast, very fast, but result, nobody can read this. Yeah.
Okay.
The same with generative AI. They can generate everything, but the result it's bad. So I used this comic to generate this. It is good, did very good. And I have another story. How to use AI. I say it's like a mom problem for me. Mom problem is my mom always asked me. He said, "It's better to do myself than asking you." So it's what always happened with AI. Sometimes it's better when and I say the definition of a good criteria for what we do in a system.
Bad AI brand ambassador.
What we do in a system. So if it generates something that's easier to fix slightly, it's good. If it generates something that looks good, but you have to rebuild it because of it's good, but not mine. I cannot send it. It's a bad result. So I used it to generate the comics, and it generates the comics when mom asking some guy to do something, and then not satisfied with the result. And yes, mom had the 3 legs, 3 hands, and it's again, it's a good comics, a good idea, but I cannot use it. Because of this. I don't think it's funny because of every month, the same prompt generates better picture. So I think it's just understanding the area of improvement. And I don't, so, I don't want to say this, to be honest, but okay. Sometimes when my son asked me to help him with a mess, and he just graduated.
Doing some integrals with ChatGPT.
I know how to solve this, but I had a school in Ukraine, and he has a high school in US, and they have very different tasks to solve. And sometimes I just don't understand what exactly I have to do. I do a picture, and it solve it. Sometimes it solve it with mistakes, but I see the solution. And I use it a lot for this. And the new calculator in iPhone, how it would look like, no?
No.
So they released calculator in iPhone and iPad. And now you can write the equation.
Open calculator?
No. It's in the new version. Because of if you install the beta, you will see. My son installed it. No, I mean in iPad you don't have it. In iPhone you have. So you can write like a square root and some sinus of something, and it will solve it. So now calculator works much better because of you can do complicated stuff in the calculator. So I use it a lot for this.
Dmytro, just to summarize, our audience is seeking for get more GenAI tips, tricks, knowledge. If you will make like top 5 advice for the guys who are new in AI field and want to start sending better emails with GenAI, what these top 5 recommendations you can share with our audience?
Better emails. It's not just for your normal life, like sending better emails. Okay, I think don't delegate to AI whole your business communication process. It's one that we can split into other. How to do this? First, you have to control the result. It means that when you're generating a subject line, you have to say in which way you have to be generated. And test it. Or maybe use AI to do that. So I share the principle I use every time. Just divide and conquer. It means split the big task in a small one. Put as many contexts as possible. It's already 4, yeah? How much I need?
5.
Okay, and another one. Just do experiments all the time. Every marketer will give you the same advice. It's senseless, but it's always the same.
All you guys hate this advice about experiment.
Yeah, but I will say not just experiment, just try. What I see from our employees, from our customers, everybody know about generative AI, but only few use it.
And only few of them use it in the right way.
Yes, only some, very little. So, but to be on the third position when you use it in the right way, you have to be in the second. Just use it, have an experience, do your mistakes, your faults, or I don't know, set your expectation. And don't think it's a magic. It's just a tool, nothing more. So I would say use it. Have your experience, use it again because of what you did yesterday, today is much better. Another important point, I would say fall in love with a problem, not a solution. It's a great book, Uri Levine. It's like a book about from author of Ways. Fall in love is a problem, not a solution. Again, here, generative AI is a solution. You have to understand what problem you want to solve. You don't need to use AI everywhere. Use it where it can really help. And it can help for brainstorming. It can help for automate routine. It can help you for a task you never would do because of you don't know something. You know everything because of you have like very quick answer for any question using OpenAI.
Or any other tool you would like.
Yes. So use it.
Dmytro, it was a pleasure to have you in this studio. We really know each other for many years. We had maybe the last interview session like 12 years ago or maybe 11 years ago, and you are still the guy. I learned a lot of things, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I
So
want
it's
to
pleasure.
ask you one more thing. It's to commit to come in comments and answer them. Guys, if you have any comments to Dmytro, if you want to learn more about his experience, about AI and ML marketing, feel free to put like to this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and the main thing, ask the questions to Dmytro.
And I promise to answer.
It's good. If you want to go deeper and learn about generative AI, how you can implement it in your projects and in your life, our AI Creator course and our courses on Udemy and Coursera is the right way how you can start it. It was Anton Voroniuk and our GenAI Revolution podcast. See you in the next video.